kingdom.
Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Zaya. I am owner and operator of CarNewba Detailing, a mobile detailing business here in Surprise, Arizona. Thank you so much for joining me on yet another episode of the CarNewba Detailing podcast. If you love car detailing content, entrepreneurship, and business-oriented podcasts, make sure to go ahead and hit that follow button or subscribe on YouTube if you're watching this on YouTube as well. But let's go ahead and jump into the subject matter of today. And that subject matter, hate to say it, is about me. I mean, I am the star of the show, of course. You know, I'm just kidding. But basically, I just want to talk to you guys about how I started CarNewba Detailing and kind of the challenges that you're going to go through as a new business owner when it comes to a detailing company, or this can be any company in general. A lot of startups have a lot of similarities when it comes to challenges and things of that nature. So if you're just starting business in general, check out the rest of the podcast, and I hope you guys enjoy. So let's go ahead and jump straight into it. Again, my name is Zaya Dinka. I am a 22-year-old business owner. I own CarNewba Detailing. Like I said, it's a premium mobile detailing service here in Surprise, Arizona. I work all along the valley to service as many customers and clientele as I can as well. But how did it all start? Where was I before I started CarNewba Detailing? So let's go ahead and talk about that a little bit. Right after high school, guys, I went ahead and joined the Army Reserves. I was in training for about 6 months. I became a financial manager technician throughout the Army Reserves training from Fort Jackson, South Carolina. I'm wearing my hoodie from basic training right now. So shout out to all my Fort Jackson peeps out there listening if you are. Yeah, I started off basically in the finance industry. Started off as a teller at a bank right after my training in the military, and then became a branch supervisor shortly after, and did that for around 2.5, 3 years or so. And I really enjoyed being around the people I was around, my coworkers, customers, and things of that nature, but I didn't necessarily enjoy being behind a desk or working with numbers or being in a suit every single morning and all that stuff. But something that I did enjoy and had a really big passion for was cars and detailing. After I got my first car, a Saab 9.3 Aero, I'll try to put that in the video if I can, if you are watching this on YouTube, I really, really fell in love with freaking detailing, guys. Like, I mean, obsessive. Like, a lot of us guys are really in love with our cars, but detailing is like a whole different beast. I really started purchasing new products and tools and things of that nature and try to really optimize my setup to the best of my ability and get my car looking as good as possible. And other people started to notice that as well. You know, when you're outside and your neighbor walks by, my car next, I know Anthony from the Rag Company loves when people do that, but I really took advantage of that opportunity. When a neighbor did ask if they can get their car washed or something like that, I was more than happy to help out. And I wasn't necessarily charging them at the beginning. I was just being a friendly individual, a friendly neighbor, and helping people out. But it went from just having fun with it to people paying me to the point where I was charging people to get their car detailed and things of that nature. So it was very progressive. It was very gradual as well. It didn't just happen instantly or anything like that. It took a little bit of time, and I kind of got to a point where I was very comfortable with my talent and skill in detailing. Obviously, I still had a lot to improve upon, but I was way better than your average guy with their can of wax and their car soap. So my neighbors and friends and family really took note of that and really liked the services that I provided at the time with my little quote unquote side hustle, if you wanted to call it. And that's how a lot of us start. And there's no shame in starting off that way, guys. This is a passion. It's a hobby for a lot of us, and it becomes a business, and then it becomes a lifestyle. And that's where I am right now. But things didn't really jump into fruition. I believe that's the word, I guess. But things didn't really jump from being a side hustle or hobby to actually being a business until college, where I was in one of my business mathematics classes, and my professor really urged me with the idea of CarNewba Detailing to go ahead and participate in an angel grant competition. And now these competitions, these angel grants, you can find them in a lot of colleges across the country. So go ahead and check out your college if they have something like this when it comes to business startups and things like that, or just local organizations that try to help out small businesses in the community. There is a lot of free money, quote unquote. I don't want to call it free. You still have to put a lot of time and effort into getting those types of grants and things of that nature, but those opportunities are out there for you to take advantage of. So if you are starting off, go ahead, do some research, talk to some local groups such as Small Business Association in your area, and try to learn a bit more about those opportunities. But I took advantage of that opportunity in my school. The Angel Grant was for $10,000, excuse me. I won $5,000 of that $10,000 at the end of the day. I don't want to say luckily, but a lot of the people that were participating kind of dropped out of the competition, so I kind of won by default. I don't like to tell everyone that, but I guess I just did. But yeah, that's pretty much what happened. I won a good chunk of money. Go ahead and start CarNewba Detailing. And like I said, it wasn't for free. I put tons of time into my presentation and PowerPoint and research and all that good stuff. This was like an extreme class project because obviously they're not going to give money to anybody, you know? So after that, guys, I was still continuing college. I'm actually only just a few credits away from getting my associate's degree. I should actually get back on that. My parents would love if I would, but I kind of just jumped into CarNewba Detailing after that point, kind of part-time because it was seasonal, of course, in the Chicagoland area. I mainly worked in the Elk Grove Village, Schaumburg, Hoffman Estates area, if anybody is familiar out there with those types of areas. But yeah, that's where I started off the mobile detailing business. And I originally just started working out of my BMW 3 Series. I had a 2005 black E46 all-wheel drive. I threw all my tools and stuff in the trunk with a couple of buckets. I used my customers' water. I used my customers' power, and I just did what I need to do to go ahead and make their car shiny, and it worked. People paid more attention to the results, of course, and the customer service aspect. They weren't really paying attention with my BMW with a magnet on the side with my cell phone number and CarNewba Detailing written on it. So if you are in that position, guys, don't stress out about it. We all start somewhere, and literally we all have to start somewhere. Out of a BMW, out of a minivan, out of your parents' SUV. You got to do what you got to do to go ahead and make that passion a reality or the dream a reality for yourself. And that's exactly what I tried doing. And I did that part-time, like I said, seasonal in the Chicagoland area. Then about a year later, me and my family moved to the state of Arizona, and CarNewba Detailing became more so a full-time thing because it could be a full-time thing. I don't have to worry about winter or very cold climates around here. It's pretty much all year round I can detail. You do have some extreme heat and sun you got to deal with, but you can still manage. And that was awesome, but the move was awesome, but it was also very difficult because I went from already starting a company in an area, trying to get my customer basis and marketing and everything there, now having to do that all over again in an area where I knew absolutely nobody, no friends, no family, no community relationships. So it's basically starting even lower than zero, -10, I guess, if you want to say. It was very difficult. I would say it was even more difficult starting in the state of Arizona than it was starting back in my hometown in the Chicagoland area because I didn't know anybody here. But within time and with a lot of time and effort, I was able to build some relationships with some local cars and coffee groups and some local companies and start meet new people and make new friends and things like that. So with time and with a lot of effort, guys, you kind of progress and overcome those challenges that I'm talking about. But yeah, starting off in Arizona was a big challenge for me overall, meeting those new people and everything like that. But I would say the biggest thing that really helped me out was social media. Now, a lot of people can complain about social media and talk shit about it, but at the end of the day, it really changed the game for small businesses. The amount of number one, communication that you can get with people out there right now is amazing. Okay, you could not communicate the way you can communicate today compared to 10, 15, 20 years ago. Okay, so that's a huge plus. And also just branding and recognition. Gosh, guys, there's so much branding that you could do on social media, and that's what I want to talk about right now because Instagram and Facebook and YouTube, especially if you are watching this on YouTube, just a year ago, guys, I had less than 100 subscribers. And we're hopefully at 3,000 at this point. Over less than a year ago, I was under 200 followers on my business Instagram page, and we're well over 1,000 right now. And those people that follow, those people that view, they're engaged followers, and they really enjoy my content, and they're potential customers and clientele as well. So that's a really, really big positive. Another thing I want to talk about when it comes to social media that I really took advantage of, I don't want to say take advantage of, but the relationships I was able to build off of it. At the beginning, like I said, I didn't really know too many people. I was pretty new to the industry, only doing this for about a year and a half, 2 years in the industry, I guess, if you want to say. I mean, obviously I was detailing a lot longer than that, but actually doing it, making money off of it only for a few years, I was able to kind of get myself out there in the industry with companies like the Rat Company, with companies like PNS and Buff and Shine and stuff like that. A lot of the products that you see are sent out to me for me to test out and do content and reviews and things of that nature. Not to say that I'm sponsored necessarily by any of them, but a lot of them appreciate kind of my feedback on their products, and they appreciate the content that I make. And never do I ever take any type of offer as in, hey, we'll give you free products if you make a video stating our product is great and it works and it's better than everything else out there. Never. I would never do that, guys. It's just not me. It's not how I work. Everything that I review, there's positives and negatives, and you guys can see that throughout all my reviews. I won't put a product out there and just say it's like freaking amazing and doesn't have any downsides. So that's just kind of the honesty when it comes to my side of things as an individual and trying to put that forth when it comes to my content. And I really hope you guys enjoy that. And from my understanding, you guys do enjoy it. That's why you guys subscribe and you guys view my videos. So I really appreciate that. But yeah, guys, social media was a really big part. Trying to build those relationships and really putting effort, going door to door, introducing yourself to neighbors. And it doesn't have to be awkward. All you got to do is knock on your neighbor's door, say hi. I just moved in with the family. I just want to introduce myself. My name is Zaya. And if you guys need any help when it comes to car detailing related things, feel free to ask. I'm a professional car detailer. I'd be more than happy to help you out. You know, just little things like that can go a really, really long way. And let me tell you, I would say about 8 out of the 10 relationships I have when it comes to my neighbors started off with detailing. And it wasn't me approaching them, it was them approaching me. I know Anthony from the Rag Company hates this when a neighbor comes by while you're detailing your car and they say, hey, mine's next. Yeah, that's really annoying, but take advantage of that opportunity, guys, especially if you're trying to make money off of this and this is a business and a career choice for you. Go ahead and help out your neighbor. And you don't have to charge them. Just go hang out with them for an hour or two and wash their car with them. It's not a big deal. A simple car, you're not doing a full ceramic coating for the person. Go do a simple car wash and, hey, throw in a little bit of bead maker, a little bit of ceramic sealant, and give them a little taste of what you do as a service. And that right there is going to go ahead and kind of progress into that customer clientele relationship rather than just a neighborly relationship. And like I said, guys, a lot of the relationships I have with my neighbors is because of detailing. I've detailed a lot of my neighbors' cars. They've really enjoyed my services. When they do need a detail, they usually knock on my door to get it done. And it's just a great, awesome thing. And all around, it's an opportunity that you guys should take advantage of. So don't just focus on social media, focus on in-person relationships as well. I find those even more important than the relationships just on social media, because being face-to-face with someone can have an effect on that person's opinion and the rapport and all that good stuff, to the point where they're willing to go ahead and give you money for your services. So yes, it did take me a lot of time to get to the point where I am right now. It was a year worth of grinding, and I say a lot of time because remember, guys, I'm only 22 years old. The past 3-4 years of me detailing is like close to 30-40% of my life. Well, 20 to 30% of my life, but that's still a big chunk of my life. So I say this as a lot of time, but in reality, it's a very short period of time compared to a lot of other people that have been in the detailing industry for 30-40 plus years. But I was luckily able to kind of, quote unquote, I don't want to say this, but like make a name for myself in my community, I guess. I talk to a lot of cars and coffee groups. I go out, I help them out if any of them have any car detailing questions or anything like that. And in that very short period of time, let's admit it's a very short period of time, a year's span of operating here and not knowing a single person, not having any family, not having any friends, I'm able to kind of feel more comfortable about myself, not just as a business, but also as an individual, to step out there and provide these services to my community. And I think that's pretty awesome. A lot of effort was put into that, guys. It didn't come overnight, like I said before. And there's a lot of challenges along the way. And I admit that. There were times, I can't tell you guys how many times I wanted to give up doing what I do, okay? And I'm a very passionate individual. And I know things, I realize that patience is involved in everything you do as an entrepreneur, but I can't even count on my hand how many times I wanted to give up after I moved to Arizona. But I'm still here. I'm still kicking. I'm still doing what I'm doing. And I got to admit, guys, at the end of the day, if it wasn't for you guys supporting me, the people on Instagram, all my fellow friends and community members there, and my immediate family, which are here as well in the state of Arizona, I would not be doing what I'm doing right now. I would have probably gave up CarNewba detailing a while back. But like I said, you got to keep pushing forward. And Rennie Doyle stresses that a lot. If you haven't checked out his podcast, it's way better than mine. Him and Chris Woolman have an amazing series of podcasts right now. Go ahead and check it out on Spotify or any other podcast site, iTunes, whatever works for you. But they really stress tenacity. And I realize that I do have a lot of tenacity, even though I have times where I do admit I have given up, I guess if you want to say. There was about a month and a half of me just, and you guys have probably realized it too, my content was just, I wouldn't say it was good, it wasn't crap, but it just wasn't what it was supposed to be. And there were times where like I just couldn't even detail, you know, and that happens. You get burnt out. You get stressed out, life happens, you run into situations with family members, you run into situations with friends and relationships and breaking up and girlfriends, boyfriends, whatever it may be, but you still got to push through it. And again, I cannot thank you guys enough for helping me push through it, because without you guys watching these videos, commenting and engaging, and listening to the podcast and looking at my Instagram content and keeping up with my stories and messaging me questions. Guys, questions. I love when you guys send me questions. I don't mind when you guys send me questions. I actually adore it because it helps me out at the end of the day. It makes me realize internally and mentally that, hey, there's someone that respects my response and they want to learn from me. And I really appreciate that from you guys. So keep on at it. I thank you all for that so much. But yeah, guys, right now, CarNewba Detailing, we're almost a year strong here in Arizona, and I couldn't do it without you guys, and there's still a lot that I need to do. Like, Jesus Christ, there's a lot that I need to do, and it's super stressful because it's like I'm a one-man show, and I'm sure a lot of you guys out there are going to be one-man or one-girl shows as well, and it's so difficult, guys, but don't underestimate yourself. Get it done. Make it happen. I know you guys can do it. There's a saying that I utilize ever since basic training that kind of clicked in my head. Get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Because when you are in moments of comfort, you're not going to progress. You're not going to get better. So get comfortable being uncomfortable. Being uncomfortable is one of the best things you could ever have as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, because when you are comfortable, like I said, guys, you're not going to get anything done. You're going to sit there, you're going to be comfortable with yourself, and you're just not going to get it done. So get comfortable being uncomfortable. Just remember that. It's stuck with me for a very long time, and I'm going to mention a lot more throughout the rest of these podcasts. But guys, that's basically where I started, where I am right now. Right now, I am an IDA, detailing success, inspiration coding, Dr. Beasley's, glassparency, transparent, certified detailer. There's a lot of certifications that I have, and I'm also BBB accredited as well. That was pretty recent too. So, and again, I can't do it without you guys. You guys motivate me in order to get these certifications, these training, and this knowledge, so I can push that all back to you guys again in content. But yeah, I put a lot of work, a lot of time, and a lot of money into what I do. And I want you guys to realize that there's no easy way out. Like you gotta do these things. You gotta do these things, and you gotta keep at it. You gotta have that tenacity and keep pushing forward to get it done and make it happen. One thing I always said throughout my life is I'll do my best, or I'll try, or And I had a manager once when I was a liquor merchandiser in Jewel Osco back in the Chicagoland area, and sweetest manager ever. Loved her to death, and every time I said, I'll do my best, or I'll try, she'll look at me and just say, make it happen. And oh my gosh, I say that all the time now. So I'm pushing that to you guys, make it happen, And I'm not here saying this out of a place of experience or anything like that. I'm saying it out of intuition. I'm not where I want to be. There's still a lot of work that I need to get done, but I hope that we can go along this journey together. I want you guys to be here with me in my struggles and success and all this stuff, and that gradual journey to the point where I want to be. And I still don't know exactly where I want to be, but I know I'm not done working, and there's a lot of work that needs to be done. And I want you guys to be there with me along this path, so you can also realize, he's making a mistake right there, I shouldn't do that. Or this is a mistake that Zaya made, I shouldn't do that. Or that's something Zaya's doing and he's getting some pretty awesome results with it. Let me go ahead and try that out. You know, I know there's times where I just don't give enough credit to myself because I'm only 22 years old and I've done a lot, but at the same time, I always feel like I haven't done enough. And that's an issue that I've been struggling with a lot too. And it's really killed me over the past few months. And that's just something I want to share to you guys. I don't know what to call it. It's kind of like an OCD, I guess, if you want to say, but I know it's a complete change of subject or whatever, but I'm talking about it anyways. But yeah, you just run into this waking up every single day feeling like you just are not doing enough. And I always have felt that feeling ever since I started the business, and it's a struggle, but it's a good drive, I guess, if you want to say. So I want to end this with a quote real quick, something that really hit home when I was at SEMA. I don't want to keep you guys too long. We're around 20-minute mark right now. So this is from Gordon McCall, and man, this is an amazing quote, guys. This was at a panel with Gordon McCall and Rennie Doyle in SEMA 2019 at the PNS booth. If you haven't checked out my SEMA interviews, go ahead and check them out on my YouTube channel or my podcast. But Gordon McCall stated, "Always strive for your best, but never believe that you are." And that right there, guys, that's what it's all about when it comes to owning a business and entrepreneurship and all that good stuff. And especially when it comes to detailing, there's so many hotheads out there that think that they are the best. And it's the humble ones that you respect throughout the industry. And those are the biggest inspirations for me at the end of the day. The individuals that I follow on Instagram and I keep up with, they're the humble ones. They've been in the game longer than anybody else. And they know just as much or maybe even more than anybody else. But when you talk to them, they talk on a level perspective with you. It doesn't matter if you've been doing it like me for just a few years, going from part-time to full-time, trying to figure shit out, or you are completely fresh, don't know anything, just started detailing. All you got is 2 buckets and a washman and some soap. Just be humble, be motivated, and make it happen. That's basically all I want to talk about today. I really hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. This is like my 5th or 6th time trying to record it because I keep saying to myself, this podcast sucks, and let me delete it and try it again. But this is going to be the final recording. I promise myself I can't be sitting here all day trying to get this thing done. Really need to push out some more content to you guys. So I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to follow this podcast. I'll be posting every week at least 1 episode from this podcast, guys. And throughout that time frame, I am going to get co-hosts and industry leaders and friends and things of that nature and local detailers to get on the podcast, because at the end of the day, I'm going to run out of shit to talk about, and I need other people to talk as well, because it's kind of hard actually talking for 20, 30 minutes straight. You kind of run out of things to talk about. Your mouth gets dry. I should have brought some water to drink. I didn't do that. I'll remember that next time, but that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you so much for listening and watching. Hope you guys all have a great rest of the day, and make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Give me a follow, like, comment, question. Hit me up when you need to hit me up. You know where to find me. Thank you so much, and have a great one.